Gwangju is the largest city in the southwestern portion of South Korea, known as the Honam region. Due to the surrounding mountains, the city boasts exquisite scenery. Geographically, Mount Muryong extends across the east side of the city, and the Yongsan River runs through it. The fertile Nadzu Plain stretches along the river, which helped make the city famous for its rich and diverse cuisine. Thanks to its productive natural surroundings, Gwangju markets are always filled with seasonal products. At the Songjong-Oljang, which opens every 5 days, a wide variety of products from the fields and sea attract visitors. This traditional market offers not only abundant foods, but the atmosphere of olden times. Gwangju's last blacksmith shop is still in operation at the market. Here, you can witness blacksmith craft and devotion to tradition. Bountiful harvests from the fertile land have given birth to the rich and diverse cuisine of the city. In the old days, there was a cattle market near here, so it was easy to obtain fresh and inexpensive meat for flavorful dishes. A portion of the dokgalbi, which is made with thick boneless ribs and meat from different parts of an ox, is both nutritious and sufficient to fill the stomachs of hungry visitors. Mount Muryong is a symbol of both the city and the spirit of its people. At the top of the mountain, stone pillars stretch upwards, just like the columns of an old temple. Such unique geographical features, harmonized well with surrounding forests, offer an unparalleled scenery which fills the people of the city with pride. For a tasty dish, long-fermented natural flavorings such as fish sauce, soy sauce, and soybean paste are used in place of chemical seasonings. This is one secret of the rich flavors of Gwangju cooking. Fresh seasonal greens from Mount Muryong have given birth to another Gwangju cuisine. The flavorings differ depending on the type of vegetables, and minimal seasonings are used so that the flavor of the vegetables is not overwhelmed by spices. Kimchi, a staple to Korea, comes in countless types, depending on the main ingredients and fermentation conditions. Gwangju's kimchi is known for being spicy and featuring large additions of salted fish. As Gwangju is at the center of Cholla province, which poses an abundant variety of cuisines, even barley meal comes with a great number of side dishes. Thanks to the bounty of nature, cultural activities have flourished here in Gwangju. Performances and exhibitions are never-ending. Gwangju is drawing attention both at home and abroad as a city of culture and arts. At the Gwangju Traditional Cultural Center, local traditions and intangible cultural heritage are being kept alive. Living up to its nickname as a city of artistic tastes, Gwangju has long been home to a number of artists and intangible cultural assets. The traditional songs of the region describe how the locals prayed for a good harvest. Because of the plentiful natural ingredients drawn from the good soil, nearby sea, and high mountains, Gwangju is well known for its culinary delights. Unique ingredients and diverse dishes make the local food look more like an art form than simple pickings. Jeonboksam Getang, or a full-course Korean meal with an array of side dishes, personifies the taste and generosity of the region. Gwangju, a beautiful city where nature's bounty goes in perfect harmony with a refined taste for tradition. Busan. Busan is a bustling city located on the southeastern tip of the Korean peninsula. The size of Busan is only 0.8% of the whole landmass of the Korean peninsula. Busan is a harmonious relationship of mountains, rivers, and sea. Its geography is complemented by splendid beaches and magnificent cliff faces, along with impressive mountains to explore. Busan enjoys 4 distinct seasons and a relatively mild climate. Busan is the second largest city in Korea. Its very deep harbor and calm waters have allowed it to become the 5th largest container handling port in the world. Busan has its advantages, including a rich history and natural endowments, resulting in its increasing reputation as a world-class city for tourism and culture. Climate. Busan is located at the southeastern tip of the Korean peninsula, with a midsummer Mediterranean climate. It has 4 seasons. The climate of Busan is very windy. Cherry blossoms bloom in March, and the temperature is warm from April to June. The rainy season begins in June and July, signaling the start of summer. The weather is cool because of the high atmospheric pressure over land masses. Winter in Busan starts at the end of November and continues until February. The average winter temperature is 3.8 degrees Celsius. The city enjoys nice weather throughout all seasons. In summer, the city is packed with visitors who come to enjoy the laid-back lifestyle of Busan residents. The population. The city grew to become a hub of trade, commerce, and industry. It increased its population rapidly. The city was populated with people after the war with a new inflow of immigrants. Population increase was also a result of growth policies of the government. People started moving into the city for jobs. Busan had 3,466,563 residents in December of 2019. The foreign population in Busan stood at 52,722, an increase of 156 over the last year. Busan symbols. The city of Busan's slogan. Dynamic Busan. The city of Busan adopted a new slogan to promote itself as a dynamic international city. The sun, wave pattern, font, and colors represent the bright social and economic future. A dynamic slogan in energetic and free-spirited font matched the dynamic image of Busan. Busan uses the same script font as used in Busan's official documents. The U, S in Busan, underlined by the wave pattern, means as. The sun symbolizes the determination of all citizens to develop Busan. The image is bright with waves and the sea. The red represents the cheering fans' red uniform that came to symbolize Korean unity during the 2002 FIFA World Cup. The blue symbolizes the sea and vision of Busan as a maritime city. The beautiful orange sun shines brightly on the citizens of Busan. The city flower and the city tree, Camellia. Designated on March 1, 1970, the city tree was designated on July 1, 1978. The balance of dark green leaves and pink flower petals convey the spirit of the warm-hearted citizens. The vibrant, fresh, and deep green foliage of the trees symbolizes the youthfulness and ambition of the people of Busan. The city bird, seagull, designated on July 1, 1978. The white wings of the seagull represent purity and peace. reflecting the traditional mind of Koreans and its identity as a seafaring bird makes it an ideal choice for their coastal city. The city fish, mackerel, designated on July 6, 2011, symbolizing dynamic, powerful, and speedy characteristic of the city. The pristine and strong energetic imagery of the Pacific mackerel, with its blue upper side and silvery white belly, perfectly represents Busan as a marine capital endlessly striving to achieve its goals. The symbol mark, designated on March 28, 1995. The upper triangle represents the universe, space, and creation, and the lower triangle signifies the sea and land. The two waves represent the city's relationship to the sea and the international world beyond. The whole image symbolizes balance and vitality. The city mascot, Buvi, Busan Vision, Busan Vitality, Busan Victory, designated on June 14, 1995. Buvi depicts the sunrise and renewal. It represents a spiritual image of Busan as the rising sun and displays the positive vision and hope of the citizens to make the city an earthly paradise in the 21st century. The city emblem, designated on October 27, 2003. Origin of Busan. The Korean people do not know when the name Busan was adopted. Today's Busan was derived from the settlement that was named Busan-po, which was located at the lower slopes of Mount Busan, now called Mount Jeong. Until the 15th century, Busan-po was part of Busan-bukok, which was a territory within Dongne Haeyeon before the Joseon dynasty. As Busan-bukok became a permanent residence for Japanese merchants, Busan-po was created. However, this name came to be used to describe the entire area at the foot of Mount Busan. Busan-po could not become a small province, but stayed under the oversight of the bigger city of Dongne. Busan-jin was built in the 6th year of King Daejo, and Dongne gained strategic importance not only as an administrative site but also as a military base. Dongne Haeyeon was later upgraded to Dongne Dokhobu after the Yongpo, Busan-po, and Jaepo ports were retaken by the Japanese. Then, it was demoted back to a secondary island in 1592 during the Imjin War and restored to a capital in 1599 due to its importance in the foreign policy. This position remained unchanged until 1910. In 2010, Busan was completely separated from Dongne-bu and became the independent territory of Busan-bu. Ulsan, the strategic hub city of Northeast Asia. Ulsan, located in the southeastern coast of Korea, officially the Ulsan Metropolitan City and nicknamed Yeonjae City, is South Korea's 7th largest metropolitan city and the 8th largest city overall, with a population of over 1.1 million inhabitants, GRDP per capita of $65,000 and a total area of 1,061 square kilometers. Ulsan, connecting the ocean and the continent, is a good place to advance both to the ocean and the continent. It takes less than 2 hours by airplane to get to major cities of East Asia such as Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Osaka from Ulsan. The industrial capital city of Korea, Ulsan. Ulsan, one of the 4 industrial cities of Asia, accounts for 12.1% of the total industrial output of Korea, with exports of about $69.5 billion. Its automobile, shipbuilding, and petrochemical industries form Korea's best industrial cluster. Ulsan ranked first in the petrochemical industry and second in the automobile and shipbuilding industries of Korea. Ulsan is playing an important role in the Korean economy as a growth engine. The eco-friendly city of Ulsan. Ulsan boasts beautiful mountains, clean rivers, and deep blue seas. Ulsan has been growing as an eco-friendly city and balancing development and environmental preservation for the past 40 years in order to maintain its beautiful nature and pleasant urban environment. Climate. Ulsan has a monsoon-influenced humid subtropical climate with cold but dry winters and hot humid summers. Monthly means range from 2.0 degrees Celsius in January to 25.9 degrees Celsius in August, with diurnal temperature ranges generally low. Ulsan symbols. Symbol mark of Ulsan. Designated on April 8, 2014. The image of a dragon with a magical bead in its mouth soaring up energetically into the sky expresses the city's enterprising spirit that builds on the harmony between people and nature and between industries and culture. This mark symbolizes Ulsan's enterprising spirit to develop into an advanced industrial city in the Pan-Pacific era. Character of Ulsan. Haewuri, designated on August 5, 2010. The whale, a familiar animal to the citizens of Ulsan, has been a symbol of this historical and cultural city since prehistoric times. Hae in Haewuri means both the sun and the sea. It symbolizes Ulsan, a passionate city, pursuing and achieving its dream like the sun based on the energetic spirit of the East Asia. Tree of Ulsan. Bamboo, designated on April 8, 2014. Extending along the river, Simni Bamboo Grove is a pride of Ulsan citizens and a symbol of the city that has been reborn as an ecological industrial city. Taewagang River, the lifeline of Ulsan, is an exemplary model of an ecological river located in an urban area that draws the world's attention. Flower of Ulsan. Rose, designated on April 8, 2014. Ulsan is filled with the attractive fragrance of roses. The 1.2 million roses planted all over the city as well as those in the parks and for the Rose Festival in Ulsan Grand Park, the largest festival of its kind in Korea, exude passionate beauty. Bird of Ulsan. The white heron, designated on January 1, 1995. Ulsan, which is filled with the vitality of people and nature, has the largest habitat of white herons in Korea. Approximately 6,000 white herons of 7 species that migrate to Ulsan in the summer. It also holds significance as the only breeding ground of white herons in the urban areas of Korea. Ulsan is the only place to see the magnificent group dance of white herons in an urban area and all of the 7 species of white herons that inhabit Korea. Welcome to Ulsan.